I see you, Molly, trying to get out. I don't think so.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. It's another beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. Wow, this week has been a doozy. It's been a doozy of a week. We just got back from the Oregon sand dunes, Florence, Oregon, and as you can see, we got everything set up behind us. And unfortunately, we rolled my Can-Am end over end, and I didn't get on camera. I'm really upset that I didn't film it, but it is what it is. You know what? I didn't expect it. I wasn't expecting it to flip like that. Otherwise, I would have filmed it and maybe not done it. So basically, I got some cool stuff I want to show you guys today. I'm pretty excited. The Tacoma is small. I'm starting to feel like I need a full-size truck. Not because of the power. It's re-geared and it pulls this whole setup really, really well. It's mainly just organization. And so I took a few steps to hopefully improve my organizational issues. Where is it? Where is it? Aha! We almost got a puppy. We almost took home a puppy. We were puppy blind. And well, this really nice couple, they recognized me from the channel and they said, hey, you guys should totally take home that puppy. Well, we shouldn't have, and I'm glad that we didn't, but that opened up a line of communication between myself and my new friend named Samantha. Watch out, kitty!
Big box and this big box. Humongous boxes.
Being a fan of the channel, who's also an oral hygienist, Samantha couldn't help but notice when Desiree stole my toothbrush during the Dollar Shave Club You just stole my toothbrush!
Run now.
Just like that! You're just gonna steal it? She decided to send me this cool little thing, right? And it's not a pair of sunglasses, it's actually a toothbrush that rivals Sonicare for a way cheaper price. Now, like I said, I'm not getting paid anything for this. She's the only one that's gonna benefit, and I wanna support her because this thing is frickin' dope. She sent this to me because we wanted to make Desiree jealous, and we have 100% accomplished that feat. Long story short, I asked her, hey, how can I help you? So I'm giving her this plug so that you guys can, they're like something in the lines of like $65, but with her discount code, you're looking at more around $40. It is like a Sonicare toothbrush, but you can also get the heads delivered to you in the mail every 3 months. I use traditional toothbrushes usually, but I'm a big fan of this. It's really, really nice, and I don't think I could ever go back. Right away, I noticed that my teeth felt smooth and polished and clean, very clean. And Desiree said they looked a few shades whiter. Now they probably don't right now because I've been drinking coffee. Disgusting. I'm gonna put the code right here. Go check her out. If you guys are looking for a toothbrush or a gift for your wife, this is the way to go. Samantha and your husband, thank you guys so much for thinking of me, and I hope that you get lots of business from this because that would be awesome. All right, back to work. What tickles?
What are you doing?
Look who's home. Hello, we were just talking about you.
I got flowers.
You got flowers?
They're cheaper later in the year.
That's because they're gonna die.
No, that's fine.
That's your bike? You gonna go ride?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's on right?
Ride it. July, Desiree just decided to start gardening. I think it's a little late, hon. If you take a look at the grass. So being that we were just on a little mini vacation, Carol hasn't been let out for a little bit. We had someone coming and feeding her, but we are going to let her out, let her weather for a bit, and then Desiree's friend's gonna come by, and we're gonna hopefully free fly her if she's up for it. It's summertime, she's molting, which I've said a number of times, so she's just a little bit inactive and a little bit, she doesn't have her best behavior. This is actually perfect timing because Desiree just brought home a big old beef heart for Carol. I got some chicken in the fridge as well for her, but we'd prefer to use the beef heart. I almost said beef tongue. That stuff's gross. Super gross, but actually I found them to be pretty nice to work with because there's not like all the guts and like the biome and all the gross like weird vessels and shit that you get when you're cutting up birds or quail or pheasant meat to feed to Carol. So this is actually pretty simple and easy. So this is a never frozen organic beef heart, and I'm going to cut some of it up for Carol to eat. Look at that thing. Oh God. All of this out here, this here is solid fat, and we want to get rid of that stuff. We don't want her eating that. Her body can't digest fat like that. Some of these are really big chunks. Ow! Carol! That wasn't very nice. Peacock, gotta let me fly. Yeah, when they're molting, you're not working with them as often. They can start to kind of regress in their training. Good girl. Yeah, scary. She could be kind of scary. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, and your talons are getting long. Yeah, those talons are nothing to mess with. They're humongous. They're so sharp. All right, we're gonna let Carol weather for a little bit. It's great for her to be outside. Yeah, she's already fluffing up her feathers. And we're gonna get started on my other project, which is gonna be pulling all this stuff out of the truck from our last camping trip and finding a way to organize it a little bit better than we had before. And I think these boxes that I got from Rome Adventure Co. are going to be the key. All right, so this trip we had the trailer with us, which was really nice. We were able to put a lot of bins underneath the Can-Am. But if we're traveling with the kids, we have to have at minimum at least 2 bins. But if we travel with the dogs, we don't have room for the bins and the dogs. So as you can see in this setup here, we have our kitchens. This is our kitchen table from Camp Chef, and has a stove and some storage areas and stuff in there, and our fridge. And behind that, there's nothing there. We're not even utilizing that bed space because that's where the dogs have to be if they're gonna be coming on the trip. They need space. Up top, we have our rooftop tent. And then we have this little area here, which to me is just kind of a wasted space. I think if instead of bins, we use these Rome boxes that are waterproof and dustproof and lockable, we could put them up there and keep a lot of our stuff up on top of the roof and make use of that space.
Oh no!
So what I would like to do is, because we're home from a camping trip, all of our camping stuff is here in one spot. I'd like to go through it, get it organized, and then hopefully find a good solution to mount those boxes up there. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing. I have 2 of them, and we'll see what my first impressions are, see how spacious they are, and then we'll start to take, as I'm unloading all of this mess, we'll start to find some spots for our camping gear. And what's cool about this is what I loved about our camping trailer that I had and I sold, was that all of our camping gear was always in the trailer ready to go. And so with these, having most of our stuff in them but protected from the weather and locked tight to the roof rack, that should pretty much always be ready to go. If you followed along with the channel long enough, you know that I just don't have time to stop and prepare for stuff. As much as I'd like to, I'm just not a very good prepper. I'm too busy, got too much going on. Too much life to live, guys. All right, there we go. So this is their gray version. They come in tan or gray. I wish they had black. Maybe they'll have black eventually. Sweet. So this thing's obviously a little bit heavier duty than some of those Planeo cases that people have been putting on. You can put 3 locks on this thing. Yeah, big old buckles. These are sweet. I'm already excited. Inside, nice rubber seal and a lot of room. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. They have these nice webbing handles with rubber grips. I'm also noticing there's a drain on the back side that you can open up and shut. So you can actually fill this with ice and fill it full of beer if you wanted to. They're not actually insulated. Are these hollow panels? I can't tell. They're not insulated like a Yeti cooler, although they kind of look like a similar construction. But I wouldn't be surprised if they started insulating these. I think just to keep the weight down, they don't insulate them. But I've heard that they do pretty well with stuff inside of them. The latches feel super crisp and nice. They don't feel spongy at all. That's great. I thought, are these not the ones with the bottle open? Oh, yes. Pretty much the best selling point ever. There's a bottle opener right there. Of course, because you're gonna need a bottle opener. I hope there's enough room on that opening for these things. The direction that I want to put them, I can always put them like widthwise. There'll be plenty of room for that. But I like to put them lengthwise so that you can kind of get up on the slider and open it up and sort of like check out either side of them. But we'll see. See how well these things. Okay, so as far as stacking goes, oh hey, they do made up into a nice stack, so you can strap these down on top of each other pretty well in two separate bins. These remind me of something that we had in the military. They're kind of like very tactical looking. I ordered these strut kits, so that was a major appeal for these. You can, if you're kind of handy, looks like you use a rivet gun here, you can put these struts on these bins, and it'll actually, when you undo these latches, it'll actually just open right up and stay open, which is great. Now I like having these max tracks up here because they're super easy. Don't distract me. They're super easy to access, and they actually look really cool, but it's just like this is a humongous storage area that I'm just not utilizing. The only downside of putting these boxes here that I didn't really think about is that it's going to cover up my moon roof, my sun roof. It's going to cover that, but you know, what do you got to do? I would love to mount them this way, but the tent is gonna have to come back a solid 6 inches. Like, maybe I could start with just one box up there like that. I don't know yet. That looks pretty cool. It's definitely gonna be a much safer storage plan than what I currently have. So my original plan of mounting them lengthwise so that you could access them from the side, it didn't really work because there was a big gap in between the middle of them, and then they also stuck off really far. Whereas if I leave the tent right where it is, which is perfectly balanced, there's just enough room for both of them right there. Now the downside of this is it's gonna be difficult to get my hands in here to unlatch this one without taking them off. Now that I see them, I'm starting to think that I might just want to be able to lift them on and off. Although it is kind of difficult. This is extra storage space, and we got to do what we can with what we've got. So we'll probably put the stuff that we access more frequently in that front bin, and then more of like emergency supplies in that rear bin. But I like the look of them a lot. So I'm not exactly sure how this is supposed to go. I was looking at some pictures. It looks like they had one of these studs here, and then one down here, and then our strut in between, obviously. So we will give that a try and see if I can make these work. Really haven't used this thing the whole time. So easy. I hope I'm not doing this totally wrong. This one bin done, check this out. How slick is that? Isn't that awesome? All right, well, it's getting kind of stormy out here and gross. I gotta work tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. Kind of a bummer I gotta work because it's literally like one of my favorite holidays, but you know what? Somebody's gotta do it. You know, there's gonna be a lot of fires tomorrow, so it'll be fun. Hopefully everyone's safe and nobody blows their face off. If you do, I'll be there. And yeah, well, I'll do the best I can, okay? I'm gonna put some of this camping gear in this bin and then try to clean up the rest of this mess. Up next, I wanna get the other box fixed up and find a way to mount this on the roof. This one's gonna go in the back of the truck. That one's gonna go on the roof. There's more to come, and I'll probably do that, not tomorrow, obviously, because I work, but the next day. So I'll see you guys then. I wonder if it'll fit lengthwise in the bottom of the bed. Ow! This is why I want it on the roof. It'd be easier. So the idea is that I'll have these mounted in there and I'll have a bed slide to access them. So I'll go ahead and park this thing in the barn. Oops, left the door open. And that way it doesn't get rained on. So get ready for work, and yeah, then we'll fly Carol real quick. How about that? We'll fly Carol. We'll give her a little flight. She has been patiently waiting over there, being a good girl. So I'll unhitch this trailer, put it in the barn. That way it doesn't get rained on, and feed her. And then, man, I got some projects coming up. I got to finish this project. And, whew, I got so many more. I got some stuff for the Toyota. Got some stuff for Carol, and I definitely have Can-Am projects, that's for sure. Ooh. Didn't film that very well. I got carried away trying to do the bottle challenge. Have you seen that where people are doing like wah, and like kicking the lids off of bottles? Jason Statham did it. Well, I'm not one to go in for the challenges usually, but if Jason Statham's gonna do it, you know, I gotta try it. So being that I'm not very athletic, I figured I'd let Carol do the hard work. Check it out.